Hello everyone, welcome back into a video. So, this totally flew under my radar, but I tweeted about it, but I haven't gotten to a video form. And this news is old though, so
You blew it. Capiche?
yeah, I blew it considering that the news is a week old at this point. So that's what life gets. But anyway, what am I talking about? Well, if y'all are Nintendo fans, I'm sure y'all know by now that Nintendo is raising their game prices to $70 and joining Sony and Microsoft. Yeah. So I'm gonna read you an article from The Verge, but before we get into that, this video is brought to you by Apex Gaming PC. If you're interested in a gaming PC, you can check out their website where they work with various content creators, where they sell gaming PCs, parts, whenever you're looking to upgrade or buy or start out a gaming PC. They also sell laptops, 50% off PCs, ready PCs. They do custom builds, and they partner with various content creators as well. So if you're interested, referral link down in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. Now let's get to the actual topic of the news. So here's what the article from The Verge has to say. Following the footsteps of Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo's venture into the world of $70 games with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. According to the game's eShop page, this obviously has been confirmed after the Nintendo Direct. As we all know, Sony made the jump with the release of PS5 in 2020, meaning PS5 exclusives like Demon's Souls and Returnal cost at a higher price. Microsoft said in December that its new builds for next-gen full-price games will be more expensive moving forward as well, so like Starfield, Redfall, and Forza. If you don't want to get them for Game Pass, you have to pay $70. And the other $70 game arguably arrived last fall was third-party games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and includes a protocol carrying that higher price tag. Of a quick note for that actually already happened with Call of Duty, because that started when the new consoles launched, by the way. So Activision was already on board the $70 price tag a while ago. And I would say the $70 price tag, I'd say it hurt the Callisto Protocol, besides the whole middling reception that game had. Kind of a shame though, because that game looked insane. But anyway, now here's the interesting part. To Game Informer, Nintendo said we determined the suggested retail price for any Nintendo product on a case-by-case basis. When asked if the price would be the trend moving forward, they said no, following the case-by-case sentence. And I have to give Nintendo the credit there, as the article points out. They're not lying with that particular statement, because Metroid Prime Remastered is $40. This is the gameplay you're seeing right now. By the way, I say the remaster is an essential buy. If you're a Switch owner, go buy this game, man. It is that fucking good of a remaster. It's really that freaking good. And so if they put the same amount of effort into the proposed remaster / ports of 2 and 3, Metroid fans are going to be in one hell of a time. I played 2, but I didn't play 3, so when those two games come to Switch, I'd say it's pretty obvious that they're going to at some point. I think it's inevitable, because it just makes sense, but anyway, that's a whole different topic though. Anyway, but yeah, the other Pikmin 4, that's not $70, that's $60. So with the $70 price tag, I'm gonna assume they're gonna use it for the games that sell the most, like your Zeldas, your Marios, your Smash Brothers, that type of thing. Pokemon is gonna go to $70. I guarantee it. I don't give a shit about Pokemon, but I know it's huge, and that series dominates sales charts every single time a new project from that IP comes out. I mean, it's literally proven, But Nintendo, you didn't even want to freaking wait for next gen? Really? You wanted to jump onto it now just because everybody else is? Really? And on freaking hardware that was already, quote unquote outdated when it came out. Because for those who don't know, the Tegra X1 was a chip that came out in 2015. The Switch came out 2 years after that. So it was already quote unquote outdated when it came out. It showed its age, back then. So, and look at some recent first-party games by Nintendo, like Bayonetta 3. That game's notorious for having performance issues. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, for example, that game had 360p for resolution when in handheld mode, and that game came out when the year that the Switch came out, in 2017, mind you. And I believe Xenoblade 3 used dynamic resolution scaling, if I remember correctly. And it seems that I wouldn't be surprised if Tears of the Kingdom uses the same thing. I'll probably pick up Tears of the Kingdom eventually myself, because I enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I thought it was a really good game. And it's probably will be another, Game of the Year contender, most likely. When Tears of the Kingdom comes out in May 12th to be exact. But yeah, holy shit, Nintendo, you really aren't waiting, huh? I have to give them credit, even though I shouldn't, because they aren't lying about, being on a case-by-case basis. Like I said, so it's probably going to be your Zeldas, your 3D Marios, your Pokemons, your Smash Brothers. You kind of get the whole idea. The big IPs that sell historically very well, and or just dominate sale charts. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is probably going to sell extremely well, and let's be real here, Nintendo's going to get away with it too. When it's all said and done, you know why? Because we're all idiots. We still buy their products. We still do, and they're going to get away with it, just like Sony and Microsoft are. Especially Sony, because that's real. Microsoft hasn't really put out any games really all that much over the past year. But Hi-Fi Rush, I hear, is really well done though. But that's like $30 though, because that's not AAA, if you kind of get what I mean when I say that. But at the end of the day, these companies are going to keep doing it. They're going to keep raising the price, because the general consumer doesn't give a fuck, really. They don't. Notice that when you kind of ask the general consumer, they mostly don't care, because I think if they did, there probably would have been a much bigger outrage of the price increase when there isn't. And another thing too, most of Nintendo's game, I'm pretty sure no Nintendo game they've ever made that's not mobile, I don't think any of them ever had any microtransactions. So, what's kind of really sucks about all this, because while all the other game companies that have raised the price, their prices typically go down within a month or two after they release, at least for the physical version anyway. And on PC, those games are still $60, for the most part. I think Square Enix even made like $70 games, but that's not the norm on PC. Yep. But who really knows though, with that. Anyway, but yeah, Nintendo's games usually don't go on sale. It is very rare that a first-party game from Nintendo goes on sale. Very rare. They stayed to their MSRP price for a very long time, and that's because the attach rate for Nintendo first-party games are so freaking high. Microsoft and Sony wish they could have the attach rate that Nintendo's first-party games do. But let's kind of be real though, people buy Nintendo games, Nintendo consoles for their exclusives. I'm guilty of this because I'm a huge Mario fan, and as you can see here, I've been enjoying the hell out of Metroid lately, because if it weren't for the Metroid Prime Remaster, I probably wouldn't be playing my Switch as much as I am right now, and that should kind of tell you how hyped I really was for Metroid Prime to come back. And like I said before, I'm looking for the inevitable Prime 2 and Prime 3 port/remaster, so especially if those are the same quality as Prime 1 remaster was, which is insane. I'd argue it could be a Game of the Year contender, at least for me personally. I know it probably won't get nominated because they don't do that with remasters, but I know the argument is, but it should have its own category, remake/remasters. But that's a whole different topic though, that maybe we'll talk about at the end of the year, maybe when the Game Awards is coming around again, huh? But who really knows though? So, but at the end of the day, this freaking sucks, and let's be real, we're all idiots, and we're probably gonna accept it. But man, this really fucking sucks. I really hate it. And what makes it worse is that, like I said, most of Nintendo's first-party games we'll see have had struggling with performance-wise. So, and would not be surprised me if Tears of the Kingdom has the same thing. Because for those who don't remember, Breath of the Wild, there was one area in Breath of the Wild where the frame rate would tank really hard when the game first came out in 2017 for both the Wii U and the Switch. And Tears of the Kingdom probably is gonna have the same issue, most likely. So unfortunately, but man, like I said, this really freaking sucks, man. I was hoping that it would never happen, but let's be real here. Nintendo was always going to. It was sooner rather than later, but it made sense for it to be when the Switch 2 comes out. But now, it seems like Tears of the Kingdom could be the last huge big seller for the Switch from a first party wise. The reason I'm not saying Prime 4 is because that's going to be a huge game, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to sell at the same level as your Zeldas or your Marios. But that's just how the game is, so Nintendo is being greedy and joining the rest of the industry. Oh, look at how they've grown up. But that's all I really got to say on this topic, but yeah, really freaking sucks. Shame on you, Nintendo, for doing it at all. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss any more videos, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, have a good one.